Salutations, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. On today's program, I am here to share an interesting article that I think all of you might be interested in, possibly. It's in regards to Walker Stalker Con. I'm sure you guys have probably seen some past videos that I've done on Walker Stalker. Yes, I know I seem to be apparently obsessed with this, but I don't know, I just can't help myself, because like I said, with this freaking organization being such a shit show. But anyways, so I know that this the writer of this article, Rodney Ho, has reached out to several people in regards to their experiences with Atlanta. And I guess apparently, I believe in this article, he also managed to actually get in touch with James Frazier. So let's all react to this article and see exactly what James Frazier had to say with this whole mess. So this comes from AJC, written by Rodney Ho. It's titled Walker Stalker Creator Steps Down After Problematic Atlanta Walking Dead Convention. Yeah, problematic. That sounds about an appropriate term for that. Let's see. James Frazier, the Tennessee man who has run the Walking Dead Walker Stalker conventions for the past 6 years, resigned as CEO Wednesday, 3 days after the end of a problematic Atlanta convention. It became too much and beyond my capabilities. Gee, you don't think. You don't think, do you, James? I'm just saying, we probably could have told you at least a couple years ago that things were probably getting a little too out of hand for you, but, well, whatever. Frazier said in a public social media post Wednesday evening, "Today I'm turning it over to new leadership and stepping down. I will no longer have any decisions in the directions of the company and its daily management. I will make sure that they are up to speed on each and every issue and make myself available to assist them in any way that would help them succeed." Okay, correction. I think that the person that wrote this article is going over James's Facebook post, so my apologies for the little faux pas there. But anyway, so he says the interim CEO for Spring Hill, Tennessee-based Walker Stalker LLC and FanFest events is Michel DeBolt, and we've already shared this guy in the previous video that I have just shared. A self-described talent manager. He declined to state who his clients were. Yeah, he probably doesn't have a clientele, but that's none of my business, is it? In an interview at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Wednesday, he said he took the job about 5 hours later. Oh, so it sounds like Rodney actually did get to interview the new interim CEO. "I've got a team of dedicated people I'm reaching out to make sure we are on the same page, plotting a course of success moving forward," DeVault said. "Rumors of this company's demise are greatly exaggerated. There is a tremendous future in store for FanFest events." Hold on a second. What? Rumors of this company's demise are greatly exaggerated. Greatly exaggerated, really? So you're going to say that all the people that are owed money, all the actors that have cut ties from Walker Stalker, that's exaggerated? Really? Okay, whatever. Let's see. Frazier owes the company and has total financial control. So wait a minute. So is James really still in control of the company or not? He says that he's stepping down, but this leads me to believe that I don't think he's completely disappearing from the convention. I still think he has a hand in it, but I guess I'm just not going to go there. Slap my wrist, why don't you? In an interview Thursday morning, he said that he has been in talks with a potential investor since January that he declined to identify. He said he has considered a 50-50 equity split, but may just sell the entire company. Well, yeah, that would be the smartest thing that he can do for himself at this point, because with his name still attached to Walker Stalker, there's no way he's going to be able to keep this company afloat, so he's better off just selling the company. And it's interesting he said that he declined to identify the potential investor. I've heard a rumor going around that Skybound Entertainment might be the ones to purchase the company outright, which that would be actually really interesting given that Skybound they're the ones kind of in charge of the Walking Dead brand, or at least the comic and the Telltale games, because AMC's The Walking Dead is a completely separate entity from Skybound Entertainment, which is, yes, it is Robert Kirkman's company. Let's see, update. DeVault in a Facebook Live Thursday evening said while Frazier is still technically the owner, fuck's sake. He's still the owner, guys. Is anybody really surprised? Is anybody really? We kind of suspected this. Oh my god! So it's like, sure enough, he admitted it's like. Sorry, my brain is having a hard time trying to process this. So this was all a fucking publicity stunt with him admitting, oh, by the way, guys, I'm stepping down as the freaking as the CEO of this company, as the face of this company, even though obviously that's a freaking lie. Oh my god. He will no longer have power over the finances. He will. He promised refunds for everybody who is owed, and fans are priority number one. I'm gonna go ahead and press X to doubt on that. I'm just saying. The company is still selling tickets for 4 upcoming fan fests in Nashville, Chicago, London, New Jersey, and a Walker Stalker convention in Dallas. Frazier said he is still hoping to hold an Atlanta Walker Stalker convention October of 2020. Yeah, I don't really think that's going to happen, if you want my brutally honest opinion, but what do I know? I guess apparently I'm a hater, right? I'm a hater of this once prominent convention that just goes up in a fucking ball of flames, pardon my French. Let's see, Nashville, Chicago, London, New Jersey. Oh, so interestingly enough, so James basically announced a while back that there was going to be only one more Walker Stalker. He said, oh yeah, they're doing a Walker Stalker farewell tour next year, and that this will be the last time you get to go to Walker Stalker, unless if it's because he says he's making it just the Atlanta location. Even though you looked at their website previously, all the locations that they had, Nashville, Chicago, London, and New Jersey, were all listed as FanFest. There were no other Walker Stalker locations for next year. Fucking bold-faced lie. Of course, this was before he announced Dallas. Personally, I don't see any of these locations happening. Like I said, with the debacle that was Atlanta, yeah, I don't see really a whole lot of people, unless if you're a hardcore Frasier fanatic who apparently thinks that this guy can do no wrong. He can do no wrong. No wrong, guys. You're the haters. Sorry, before I get off tangent. DeVault promised no cancellations in 2020 and has reached out to talent agents across the country. Frazier's company, which has relied heavily on The Walking Dead for its income, has been plagued by financial problems the past 18 months, as The Walking Dead itself has lost more than 2/3 of its audience in 4 years. Frazier himself was caught off guard how quickly the show's popularity has fallen. This is probably one of the only points in which I kind of do agree with Frazier, that at least he's willing to admit that the popularity of the show has pretty much gone downhill for the past couple of years. But that really, it at the same time doesn't exactly mean that the convention's not going to be successful. You look at Supernatural Con. I can't exactly remember what it's called. I know it's Creation Entertainment that puts the Supernatural Comic-Con together, Supernatural Con. And Supernatural really hasn't had that huge of a fan base, but they have a very devoted fan base. And to my understanding, Supernatural Con has been a very successful convention. So it's not to say that just because the show's popularity has declined that people are not going to purchase tickets to come and meet some of the actors. I will certainly, because there's still some actors from the show that I haven't met yet, and some that I will go see again. Josh McDermott. But yeah, I can't see this being the case. That I think if you bring in Norman Reedus. Sorry, I've knocked over my dang vape pen. But if you bring in people like Norman Reedus and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, they're guaranteed to sell. they are guaranteed to bring people to your convention. So I don't see, and same goes for Denai Guerrera or Lauren Cohan or any of the other bigger names with the show. I don't see them not being a draw. No, the problem is that, like I said, James has burned his bridges with so many of these actors that they're not going to want to work with him anymore. I can almost guarantee you that Norman Reedus and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I can guarantee you, are not going to come back for Walker Stalker 2020. I can pretty much guarantee you. And the reason why I say this is because they have dropped Sean Clark, who was their manager for Walker Stalker. And Sean Clark has a very close relationship with James Frazier. And it was revealed not too long ago that both of them have dropped them as his promote, or as their promoter. So that to me seems like a sign that I don't think those two are coming back to Walker Stalker. And you lose those two, you lose a good chunk of your business. And like I said, good luck trying to get that back. See, it's been a tough year, he said. I was advised in the spring to file for bankruptcy, but I wanted to make sure that the fans got what they paid for. It's not my character to quit. I stick with it. I gave it my best. It didn't work. I feel like crap that things have turned out the way they have. Well, if you would have learned how to actually run the business properly, you wouldn't be freaking stuck in the situation that you're in, James. But whatever. According to consumer credit reporting agency Experian, Walker Stalker LLC, as of September 1st, has had $314,600,000. Sorry, I can't even read numbers. I must be lit, guys. I'm sorry. $314,600 in financial trade payment debt. 86% of it past due more than 90 days. Ouch. Frazier said it's a loan and he has negotiated a new payment structure. The IRS has also filed a tax lien against the company as of $51,559 on May 14th, which he said he's worked out an installment plan. I'm sure on that. Yeah, you better, or else you don't pay your taxes. Well, you know, your ass is going to get thrown in the slam a bit. Just saying. Walker Stalker at the Georgia World Congress Center this past weekend had so much negative feedback. Frazier, right after it ended, questioned whether he would even bring the convention back in 2020. He wrote on social media that there were so many threats against him, he had to have armed guards around him. Pardon me. I just love how this asshat plays the victim. Plays the victim every time. It's never his fault, right, guys? It's never James's fault. Whatever. I'm going to take some time to decide if there will be a next year, Frazier wrote earlier this week on social media. I love making people happy, but this year has been grueling, and no matter how much heart and effort I give... Bullshit. I can't take another year of having every word, conversation, picture, and move criticized and twisted. There's a reason why you're being criticized, James. If you would have learned to take those criticisms to heart, you wouldn't be in the shit that you're in right now. But no, you chose to ignore people. And I'm talking constructive criticism. Sure, there may be people that say garbage towards you, whatever. I'm talking strictly about the constructive criticism. You've either chosen to ignore people, mock them, or, joke around about it, or gaslight them at the very worst. And you have the cojones to say that, oh my God, I can't take people telling me that, trying to criticize, twist my words. Fucking hell. Frazier, a 40-year-old former personal injury attorney, added, this isn't worth it. His public note from Wednesday said, the short-term goal remains the same, to complete the outstanding refunds and pay off the other debts of the company. But more importantly, the goal is to restore faith in the company and return the events to the level of quality once received and expected. The Atlanta convention has been an annual event since 2013, started by Frasier and music producer Eric Nordoff, two Walking Dead podcasters who decided to parlay their love of the show into a business. Nordoff left around 2015, but Frazier quickly added conventions in cities nationwide and overseas, such as London, Chicago, and Nashville. He even did cruises. By 2017, Walker Stalker LLC was an $11 billion business, according to an INC story. You know what? I'm probably not going to get into this whole article, because this looks like a long one, and that's probably going to take, well, screw it. Let's run with it, guys. If this is a 40-minute video, so what? Get more content with me. It was an amazing story and a great run, Frazier said, but as The Walking Dead waned in popularity, attendance dropped off at the conventions. As a result, Frazier faced growing challenges to make the conventions profitable. Last month, he said he decided to end all Walking Dead conventions except for Atlanta and focus on his FanFest conventions, which cover a broader array of shows. His president, Jackie Prutzman, also his sister-in-law, departed in January. He lost most of the rest of the senior management between January and May of this year, shrinking from 17 to 4. Fans on a Facebook page called Unfiltered Walker Stalker FanFest Group flooded to the site with complaints in recent weeks about a host of logistical issues. When he started, the convention was supposed to be almost like a family reunion, said Valerie Ann, a traveling nurse for Long Island who has attended 20 Walker Stalker conventions in the past but has no plans to do so again as long as Frazier is around. Ann felt like the VIP experience for high-priced tickets advertised became diluted over time with reduced access to stars, skimpy food, lame swag bags, and too many tickets sold. He used to say it was for the fans by the fans, but now it's more like greedy, money-hungry operations. It's not what it was when he first started. Oh yeah, that was another thing, that the Platinum VIP got half a sandwich and a 25-cent bag of chips. And I believe this half a sandwich was a cheese sandwich, so kind of harkens back to Firefest 2.0, shall I say. Or, well, Firefest. No, they're calling it Firefest 2.0 Walker Stalker, but whatever. Indeed, as Frazier's financial problems worsened, Robin Householder, CEO of the Better Business Bureau in mid-Tennessee, said she began receiving a ream of complaints. There are 94 so far on its website as of Wednesday evening. Oh yeah, did anybody know that Frazier apparently called the Better Business Bureau a for-profit organization? That he likened it to a website like Yelp? Just throwing that out there. Frazier canceled a Portland convention last year and refunds were hard to come by. Would-be attendees complained a Phoenix convention earlier this year was ultimately canceled as well. Yeah. I was supposed to attend the Phoenix Comic-Con, or the Phoenix location. Now, I'm still upset by that, by the way. That right there is what really made me cut my ties from supporting Walker Stalker. He then postponed a Nashville Walker Stalker convention on August 10th, 11 days before the convention. He promoted the Atlanta convention, which did end up happening. The BBB's conclusion, he is using money from the canceled events to pay for advertising future events. Fans in 21 states and 6 countries have lost thousands in tickets, traveling, and lodging expenses to attend sold-out events, only to see them canceled or postponed days before the event with no refund in sight, the Bureau said. On BBB, customer wrote, James is literally running a Ponzi scheme. Yeah, I think that's probably about as far as I'm going to go in the article. So what I will do is I will post a link in the description if you guys want to read the whole entire article. But I just have this to say. James doesn't need to step down. He needs to sell the company at this point. Having his name attached to having his name attached to the brand is going to, it's not going to work. This brand is already severely damaged. I'd say probably severely damaged beyond repair, and with him still being a part of it, this is not going to work. He needs to give it up. he needs to he needs to sell he needs to sell the company. And if the rumor is true in Skybound actually and actually if they're the ones that's actually going to buy the company, there might, and I emphasize might, be some hope yet. I sincerely hope, at least. But yeah, I'm curious for you guys to read this. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on this article. I would definitely love to hear them, so leave a comment down below, and thanks for watching. And until next time, dear friends, this is Cynical Lindsay, signing off.